Here's a story from the Daily Mail. Healing comes first. Fans send Justin Bieber well wishes as he cancels the remainder of his Justice World Tour amid health woes. That's right. Did you guys know that his face is paralyzed? And people are saying that they believe the reason that he's canceling is because he can't use his face anymore. And they're saying it's Ramsay Hunt syndrome.
Oh, no. That's really sad.
Yeah. And Phil's giving me this look right now.
You phrased it. You can't use your face anymore. That's
I mean, I don't know what he's
funny
like.
to me.
So, here's this 29-year-old dude suffering from something they say that typically only affects people over the age of 60.
He's still affected by this? This was like 3 months ago, I think he first announced it.
This is, I guess, what it's being reported by a bunch of celebrity gossip and outlets. That's the reason, the Ramsay Hunt syndrome, like where we saw this a while ago. His face was paralyzed. But
what causes it?
Well, they're saying it's Ramsay Hunt. A lot of people thought it was Bell's palsy.
Okay.
Caused by probably some kind of medication,
Virus
perhaps. Some medication, perhaps, that he was prescribed in order to travel the world.
Maybe an adverse reaction or something
maybe
like that.
to some kind of medication. But we don't know for sure.
Recreational use of medication.
Possible. I mean, that's possible, too, to be honest.
All of the above.
But they're saying it's chickenpox. They're saying that, and it makes perfect sense,
yes.
right? Because we just heard that MSNBC host got pericarditis and myocarditis from the common cold. So as we know that these very common ailments can cause things like facial paralysis and swelling of the lining around the heart. So it happens all the time.
I've learned a lot since 2020.
That's right. And heart attacks and strokes are way up among young people, and they're saying that's caused by erythritol.
Yeah.
I've
heard.
That's right. Yeah, all these keto diets. So
chicken eggs.
What was it?
Chicken eggs.
Oh, and chicken eggs. They say we're causing that too. We learned a whole lot about the world, and maybe if we cut out erythritol, chicken eggs, avoid chicken pox and the common cold, these heart attacks, strokes, and pericarditis and myocarditis will stop happening. I mean, maybe Justin Bieber's cracking raw eggs for breakfast, and you see. He's doing keto diet, so he's eating a lot of egg and he's eating a lot of erythritol. That explains it.
He should have just stayed in the pod. He'd have been safe in the pod, man.
Well, maybe.
Did he ever say why he thinks he got sick with this? Did he ever say, like, I had adverse reaction to something or any of that? Or did he just say...
I think he said Ramsay Hunt, which they say it's like, he's got chicken pox and the virus hit the nerve in his ear or something, and then it paralyzes your face and makes you go deaf or something like that. Is it
permanent?
I don't know.
Because like Bell's palsy, I think you can...
Yeah, it's temporary.
You can recover from, right? Okay.
Yeah, there's like a viral video of some nurse or something that got Bell's palsy from some sort of vaccination. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I'm not sure which one.
Nope.
Just some sort of vaccination, though.
But then it goes away. So it's like temporary paralysis of the face or something like that. So, I don't know. I thought it was kind of a big deal that one of the biggest celebrities in the world canceled a world tour. This is one of the most famous guys. And what's funny is Eric Clapton's hands got paralyzed. You remember that?
You don't say.
Yeah, early on in the pandemic. I don't even like calling it a pandemic, man. That's so gross.
It's just so weird that all of these things are happening around the same time. And, I got to say, talk to a doctor about what's right for you and don't get your medical advice from podcasters. But I honestly think there's a strong possibility the next big domino to fall will be mass vaccination. Yeah. Specific mass vaccination, not... I think there's a lot of vaccines that have been around for a long time that have been tested over several decades. But I wouldn't be surprised if come 2024, you're going to see some news come out about adverse events, the increased risk. We've already started seeing reports that young people are seeing an increase of risk of myocarditis and pericarditis, despite the fact they're saying it's caused by the common cold or whatever they might say. And then I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump is running for president and they say, oh yeah, all these really bad things we're showing you, like Justin Bieber? Oh no. Oh, that's Trump's fault. That was Trump's fault.
Is Donald Trump's
Operation
his vaccine.
Yep.
Blame his vaccine. They'll blame him.
And then they're not going to vote for him.
It was because of warp speed.
And that's how you convince conservatives not to support Trump. And then they'll get behind DeSantis. Yeah.
What do you guys think of Vivek Ramaswamy as a political candidate?
I don't think he's going to win, but he seems like an all right dude.
Yep.
I don't know enough about him to have a formed opinion, like a solid opinion, but the things that I have heard are appealing.
The reason I bring it up is because I'm absolutely disheartened by the way Donald Trump handled the COVID stuff. Like he just handed it off to Fauci and the administrative state, and then was like,
That's why
didn't even tell people to go outside and get fresh air or any of that.
That's why I think this is the direction things will go. That something's gonna change in the news. We're already getting the FBI and the DOE saying, well, I should say the Department of Energy, saying that lab leak is most likely the case, which is in a sense vindicating for Trump. But then they're going to come out and they're going to be like, yeah, all of these bad things, that was Trump's fault. He doubled down. He wouldn't back off. Fauci, who lied, lab leak, Donald Trump, that was under him. And so what's going to happen? DeSantis is going to win. We'll see.
Well, I mean, I was very critical of Trump from the very start, even the 15 days to stop the spread or whatever they called it, flatten the curve. Highly critical of him and handing over basically the economy and the entire government to Fauci and Deborah Birx and using highly flawed models that were not tested as evidence to continue the lockdowns then into April of 2020. And he really, I mean, I think he's come out and said he's expressed some regret, but of course he owns Operation Warp Speed, and you have not seen him pull back on that at all, off of that at all. But DeSantis also did go along with the lockdowns early on. He went along with some other mitigation factors, including the vaccine. So his hands are not totally clean. I mean, he has expressed more regret, I think, and talked about the lessons that he learned. But look, I was in Florida at the beginning of the lockdown. I mean, it was locked down.
Yeah.
And gradually reopening, and he was signing executive emergency, declarations. So, if they're going to battle over that, I think ultimately DeSantis prevails because he did come around and he did open his state a little bit sooner than others.
And that's look. The establishment will take a DeSantis over a Trump.
Really,
Absolutely.
Democrats I talk to, they hate DeSantis as much as Trump. I mean, they're gunning for that guy already.
They want to win.
Right, though.
They want to win, but they will take a DeSantis over Trump.
You mean the administrative state?
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're going to come out and be like, I'm voting for DeSantis. They're going to come out and be like, DeSantis is as bad as Trump. Then when it comes to the election, they will put everything into helping DeSantis win the primary to stop Trump, because if it came down to Democrats losing, they would prefer DeSantis over Trump. Easily.
Do you think DeSantis, or who do you think is more beatable, Trump or DeSantis? From a left-leaning perspective. I
think well, it's tough right now, right? DeSantis has an advantage in a lot of ways, but he doesn't really have that X factor that Trump has.
That's right.
And the whole East Palestine thing was very, very good for Trump.
Yeah, who's
very,
Trump
very
got
good.
as his advisors right now? Because I think Kushner's out and Ivanka's not involved as far as I can tell. So who advised Donald to go to Palestine, East Palestine, or did he make that decision?
My guess is he made it on his own. I mean, I do think that's what's part of his charm and success, and continues to be, is that he would be the one. No one would really have to tell him to do that. He would do it on his own. In terms of his advisors, I'm not really sure who's around him now.
I think Vivek Ramaswamy is a serious candidate in that he's actually talking about how to solve the situation, which is to put our economy into what are they called? Basically to invest our 401ks into non-woke organizations.
Oh, anti-ESG?
Yes. That is his main thing. It's not even, he doesn't even, I mean, he is anti-ESG, but he's actually talking about how to succeed. He's not talking about let's stop doing ESG, like that's part of it, but he's telling you what to do. And he's done it. He's been doing it. So it's like,
he is doing it.
He'd be a fantastic, maybe not a military commander. I don't know anything about his foreign policy, but I think if maybe a vice president, because he's a brilliant economist.
The vice president doesn't really have a whole lot of a job to actually do. And someone like Vivek, if he's got good ideas, someone like that might be better off in an administration position where they're writing policy, where they're actually crafting the policy. Donald Trump has good gut instincts, but the things that had tangible effect on the economy and policy, those were almost all written by other people. Donald Trump's not a policy guy. He's a big picture dude. He's going to be like, go do this, let's get this done. The anti-woke executive order that he wrote, or that he signed, that was written by people like James Lindsay and stuff that knew how to craft policy that will achieve the ends that we want, that still is legal and is not straining the law, because we really do have a lot of the tools at our disposal to fix a lot of the problems that we have. So I like Vivek, but I don't think that I don't know that this alone is enough for me to say that he would make a good president.
It's not exciting. It's nothing about going anti-SJ or fixing the economy is not exciting. It's yelling and calling people names and making a big to-do.
The ESG stuff is the most important stuff going right now. It's not exciting,
is.
you're right, but it is the most. It will have the most impact on society, and it's the most important thing to
the economy.
The US right now.
If the economy goes bad, violence will increase. If you want to stop violence, fix the economy. If you want to make sure people don't starve and rob each other, fix the economy.
You know what Trump needs to do? I was thinking about that whatever podcast that keeps getting these viral clips. It's probably going to become a massive show. But, it's got its market cap. And that joke where someone said, get a bunch of low-wit, narcissistic women and, rag on them and you'll have a great show. That's the strategy right there for Trump. Get Democrats who are of low wit and sound really dumb and debate them. It's why debate smart people when you just make yourself look dumb? Get on a debate stage with stupid people, and then it makes you look really smart, whether you're smart or not. You know what I mean? Like, Trump needs to put himself in positions where he's debating really, really dumb people. So he should offer up conversations with smaller channels and smaller podcasts from the left that would kill for an opportunity at the limelight. But there's a reason why they don't have it. Mm-hmm. And I'm only half kidding. Think about this. You find a YouTube channel with 50, 70,000 subs, leftist, liberal, kind of articulate guy or lady, not really that smart. Trump says, I will do an interview with you. You then get Trump running circles around a leftist liberal, making them look like a moron. And those liberals will do it in 2 seconds because they're like, I'm going to get to interview Trump. This is going to be huge. Mm-hmm. And then Trump ends up boosting in the polls because he looks smart.
Yeah, I think even if Donald Trump were to come out and look stupid about stuff, it wouldn't stop people from voting for him. I think people would more appreciate his honesty and openness.
Look, he does these interviews with the corporate press all the time. And they're playing him. Every time. It's like he doesn't learn his lesson. He sits down, he says, here's what's going on. I'm going to do these things. It'll be tremendous. And then they're like, okay, let me write that down. Trump is Hitler and hates black people, and we'll run that. And then Trump goes back again 3 months later. You wrote a really nasty piece about me, but I'll give you another chance. I said, Trump, just go find the up-and-comers who are desperate for attention, and then, do those interviews. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.